YouTube, what's good with y'all boys, man? We's back. It's been a minute since I posted a video, or it feels like, to me at least. But I really haven't took no trades besides last night, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. But there's been a lot of volatility in the market with a lot of news. You know, the government still shut down, trade wars with China, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of, you know what I'm saying, news going around. So I really didn't want to risk anything. So I just kind of stayed out the market and just reviewed them, per se. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really take no active trades besides last night, which I'm going to get into that when I throw y'all to the charts, man. But again, hopefully y'all made the right decisions. Hopefully if y'all did trade all of that news, you know what I'm saying, then hopefully y'all smacked out. I did take a slight position. I lied on FOMC, but and the Fed rates, all that good news, I don't really want to talk about it because I don't like to speak on things because the market has a good way of humbling me. So we smacked out, but for how long is we gonna keep that money? Because like I say, I ain't really took no trades since then, besides last night, and I dubbed out last night. But here we are, man. I'm gonna throw y'all to the charts, and we're gonna rock out. We are live. Cool. As y'all can see, man, we have been. Let's just start it off here, right? Because this will make a lot more sense in the long run. Y'all see this is a clear downtrend that we've been in, right? Let's go up to the 30-minute time frame. Clear downtrend. Cool, my bad. So let's jump into the trade, man. Turn on my session so you can see where we at with it. London is the blue box. As you can see, there's a trade right there. Turn that off. Fuck it. We'll leave it on just for the sake of this part of the video. Right? As soon as Asian session ended, we had pre-market. Pre-market came up and swept out all the highs that I was looking to be swept out for me to go short, because I was short bias on EURUSD, right? Let's also jump up to GBP USD. So I can show y'all something on here too. I think this is London session. Yeah, right here. When London session opened on GBP, we was well below a lot of Asian session lows, right? But if we go back to EURUSD, we was obviously above all of this. So obviously there's also a SMT being formed. But in my head, fundamentally, it's like, okay, well, pre-market has already came up, and let's just take off the session. Like, let's just pretend there's no sessions, right? Prices already came up and swept out these highs, right? That's the strategy. Highs being swept and lows being swept. So these highs have already been swept. London session opened. I'm thinking, okay, well, now I need to find a confirmation that we are going to have the move from the liquidity sweep. And that's exactly what I entered off of. First 5-minute candle, massive down candle. Let's just move that out the way. The first candle was massive. First massive down candle. And even on the 1-minute time frame. Turn these back on so I can see where I'm at. Like the 1-minute time frame, London opened and just dumped down, right? Pre-market came up, swept these highs, and came down. Now we have 4 relative equal highs. And we have yet to break that level. Okay, well, obviously, we're not going to go above that, so now we're looking for sells. That's exactly what I did, again. And with GBP being below a lot of all those lows, I was like, well, London session has got to follow, right? And that's exactly what happened. London session came down and took out all of these lows, just like GBP did. And even then, it's just Asian session highs right here. Like I said, your session doesn't necessarily have to have the actual liquidity sweep like New York session does. London session moves a little bit different, right? If you trade London session, then you know. But New York session 9 times out of 10 is going to have some type of manipulation. Here is still a slight manipulation, but even London right here, it just opened and reversed. You feel me? And then New York, well, did it? We had one up candle of New York, and then the rest was straight down. But I'm also thinking there's a lot of news being, you know what I'm saying, influenced the New York session, because that's where a lot of the USD news comes out at during the New York Stock Exchange Open, obviously. But I trade London session, so I don't really have to worry about that. So the way that it moves is going to be different. You feel me? So take that into consideration too, right? So London session, it's either going to manipulate or it's just going to move, right? And today was one of those times where we just moved. After pre-market gave us the sweep, again, you just look for the confirmation that we're going to have a sweep and not go above that or break higher. And even then, if we would have broke above all those highs, I wouldn't even be trading, because the next highs would be way up here, right? So that was my idea. You know what I'm saying? Short biased. Pre-market came up, swept these highs. London session had to move down. And I could have held this for a lot longer, but I'm not going to lie. I was not trying to be greedy whatsoever. And then there's actually this candlestick right there that I closed on. So at 2:35, 35 minutes, it was kind of self-explanatory. Like I said, GBP USD was already below all of these lows. Euro USD was not. But we also was not breaking above these highs. So again, fundamentally, I'm thinking these lows make more sense to get hit rather than these up here. These are extreme draws on liquidity. These right here were not, but pre-market already gave us that sweep. So again, you're just looking for continuation or reversal confirmations, my bad. And that's exactly what happened. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's kind of really easy, but it works though. Because even right here, if we take this London session, for example, I did not trade this. I don't remember what happened, but I know I didn't trade it. But reviewing it, Asian session is chopping massively. You could probably entered right there, but no one's really trading Asian session. So for the overall Asian session, it was just really choppy, right? Pre-market, chop, but then we finally had our manipulation to the downside, right? What does London do? Reverse. Or it gives us the distribution. Got the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. You feel me? And then New York reverses. Asian session pretty much does the same thing. It's not really, we came down and swept these lows, then moved up, right? So what are we looking for here? London session to come down and take out these lows, because I did not want price to come way up here. Unless I'm looking for longs, but I'm short biased, so I'm not. That's not what I want out of the day. And if I don't get what I want, I close up shop. Feel me? So that was kind of my overall bias. That was my overall thinking. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how London session moves and taking what the previous session gave me, and even if I turn off the sessions, just technical analysis alone is pretty self-explanatory why shorts made more sense than longs, right? Yes, we are in a slight uptrend, but we have yet to break above these highs or this level multiple times. This is even on let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Let's jump up. You feel me? Right here, this is where the trade is. We are coming up after a sweep of these lows. Coming up, sweeping out these 30-minute highs, right? So these highs are more respected than the 5-minute highs, right? So boom, we open up after we get the sweep and we dump down. After we had all types of bullish news, there's kind of a no-brainer to look for shorts on Euro USD. The dollar has been boosting the past week or so. So obviously, fundamentally wise, I'm going to follow in a line with that. And technical analysis wise, everything was lining up. Like we've done this previous, like move down, chop, or pull back, move down. Feel me? move down, chop, move down. Chop, pull back, move down. Chop, pull back, move down. You know what I'm saying? So I was just in the right place at the right time. London session is new money. London session has a lot of volatility in itself. So I knew London session would be the session to give me that move. And it did exactly that. Because I'm not going to lie. Previous London session have been like, there's probably a London session in here somewhere. Let me turn this on. I'm not going to lie. To be fair, like I told you, I ain't really been trading. I've only been trading the news. Like, I traded that. But, like, that's choppy. You feel me? I wouldn't really trade this over here either. That's choppy. Didn't trade that. So, like, y'all are seeing why I'm not trading London sessions. Like, all of those are chops. That right there is pretty much the same trade that I literally just took. Asian session, highs. Pre-market came up, swept them, and a little bit of New York highs over here. And London session opened and moved down. Then New York reversed, took out these highs. You feel me? That's just how the sessions move. Okay. Let us jump straight back into it. My Dukes was calling me. Gotta answer that. Sorry. But, like I said, that was the previous, like, it looked like the same trade that I just took over here. Asian session, highs. Pre-market came up, swept, and some of New York highs. And London session opened and moved down. Then New York reversed all of that. The market repeats itself. So once you see how price moves and you get familiar and comfortable with how price moves, which just comes with being in the market. You feel me? You got to sit down in front of these charts and actually understand why price is reacting off of these certain levels and why it's moving the way that it is, right? And you can't have too much bias because that could also kill you in the long run. Like, I've been so short biased that I've missed out on beautiful long setups, or I've entered short positions when my setup is giving me longs, but I'm just more biased on shorts. So I take shorts and then I lose. So don't make the same mistakes that I did. So learn from that. You feel me? You got to be able to adjust and adapt to what the market is giving you at all times. Because you never know, things could flip on a dime. Like, even this trade right here. This sucked. I got stopped out and we still moved up. Shit like that happens, bro. And you just got to accept it. And if a session is not giving you any setups like this right here. I know it's a 30-minute time frame, but still, right? There's no real trade in there. To me, at least. You just got to know when to pack it up and go home. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with it. No trade is better than losing. You feel me? So you got to take all that into consideration, man. Trading is it's a skill thing, bro. I'm not trying to teach y'all how to take $100 to $1 million, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all how to have a system or an edge to where you can do this shit consistently and not just be a gambler. You feel me? Not just a nigga that's pressing buttons just because he see candlesticks going down or you see candlesticks going up. You feel me? Every trade that you need to take has to either make sense fundamentally or technically. You feel me? Never emotionally. That's where you got to have the distinction. Take your emotions out of it, and I guarantee you'll go a lot farther. But, man, I'm going to be honest, that's all I really got for y'all. It's just a little trade recap and a little refresher, man. So, yeah, I'm going to edit this video and I'm going to drop it for y'all, hopefully pretty soon. So, y'all boys stay blessed, stay motivated, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next video, man.